Hi guys, my name's Craig. Welcome to Small Farmer Life. Well, I'm really happy because we've had a couple of days of fine weather and I've managed to get the concrete base laid for my workshop, but it wasn't without its troubles. Now, I thought I'd be able to show you the full process, but there was only a couple of us and it was really hard, so I couldn't do the filming. And by the time I filled that trailer up with 1 cubic metre, and it took about 45 minutes round trip to the actual concrete manufacturing place. They filled it up, we put some boards on the side, and then we put this tarpaulin round it so none of the concrete came out. And I thought it'd take around about 3 square metres. Well, it didn't, it took around about 4. So the second time I got back, it was about 12:30, and the guy said to me, I don't think you're going to make it, we close at 4. Do you think a wagon will fit round your farm track? And I didn't think it would, because it was a 20-ton wagon or something like that. And we've only got a 12-foot wide actual access and a couple of bends. And anyway, he said, there's a cubic square metre on there, you can have that. And then he put another 3 on there, so I thought, right, we'll try it, and if we can't get it round, then we'll just empty it into barrows and we'll keep barrowing it round. Anyway, it managed to get in, and he started pouring it, and it was just a mountain in there. And the guy who was doing the concrete and wasn't very happy, because we had to get it all back out again. If you've ever done concrete, and you'll know it's really hard, especially when you're tampering it and you're dragging it, it gets really heavy. So we had to move about 20 barrows out of there, we put them onto there, and then the guy in the actual concrete and wagon said, can I tip the rest on there? I went, no problem. But when he tipped it, I'm not lying guys, it must have been about 3 cubic metres. And I thought, what am I going to do with that? I can't let that dry, otherwise I'll never be able to get rid of it. So I had a quick thought in my head, and I thought, I know what I can do with it. Now, I had a path made from paving slabs, and the paving slabs, it actually sunk into the ground. So I thought to myself, we'll put some 2x2 along the side of the paving slabs, and then we'll use engineering bricks to keep the 2x2 in place. And I'm going to show you how long this path is, because you'll be surprised how long it is. Now, I didn't expect this much concrete for free, but all this was for free. Now, I made it a bit rough because in the winter it does get cold up here and it gets dead icy, so I didn't want to slip. But look how long the path is. Now, it might look like it's got a couple of twists in it, but I meant it to look like it's got a couple of twists in it, because I wanted it to go around the caravan. I wanted to go straight across the front of the chicken coops. And what we did is we smoothed off the sides with just a trowel, like a plastering trowel, and then the top bit we just use a hard yard brush, and then we just made it nice and rough, so it'll take the mud off your wellies and you'll never slip over. But I want to show you some other things that have been given free off customers, because this year with COVID I've had to work outside a lot, because I'm not going to go in people's houses, and I've done a lot of landscaping jobs, hard landscaping, that sort of thing. So one of my customers gave me this. It's an Arctic Spa cedar built hot tub. That cost around about £15,000 when it was built. Now, yes, it's 10-year-old, but it works perfectly. Now, I don't know whether to sand it back and take it back to actual cedar, oil it, but it has got a few bits of rot down at the bottom. But I think I might take that in the workshop when the workshop's done and bring it into the 21st century. Put a nice black lid on it, because that lid is absolutely knackered, and then paint it anthracite grey, because all the roofs are anthracite grey, and I like my roof anthracite grey. Next door's got juniper green. Also, the fire pit, I got it off a scrap man. I always get a scrap man to come up. He's the same guy, and I save all my scrap metal for him. and he always has decent stuff on his scrap van, so he gives me it, and I said to him, what's that? And he said, oh, it's a fire pit, do you want it? I said, oh yeah, I'll have it. I checked it out, it was £170, I couldn't believe it. Another thing, guys, I'm really happy about, my fence and posts. I've eventually got them after 6 months. They came back in stock again due to this COVID malarkey. And people were saying to me, why don't you just use square posts? I said, I don't want to use square posts. Like, if you're going to paint your house and you're going to paint your front room, you're not going to use different colours on each wall. You want things to look the same. Well, in my farm and on my farm, I want everything to look the same. So I've got one field here that's a very large free range field. You can see the chickens in there, you can see the coop. Now the coop's going to be exactly the same in the fence in this field. You can see the stairs are already in there, and they're just made from telegraph poles, and the coop's going to be in there. And that's where I'm going to be putting hybrids that I bring in at 16 weeks of age, and I'll sell them straight on. But I want the fence to look exactly the same as this one. And I'm going to show you guys how to make a fence puller that'll pull a 6-foot fence, and it'll cost you £10 to make, whichever. Really simple to do, and you'll get a decent stretch on your fence. Better than paying a couple of £100 for a 6-foot one. I know you can pick the smaller ones up for around about £50, but if you can pick it up cheaper, more the better. I'm going to show you another thing I got off a customer while doing a landscaping job. And this is awesome for what I want it for. I want it for my courtyard of my stable yard, so I can put it in there for charity, and then people can throw coppers in there and it'll all go to charity. Is this water feature? Look at the size of it. It might not look much on the camera, but honestly, there's the ball. That's where the water goes up, and then just down the bottom there, it comes out the top. So the water comes up through it and comes over the top. Now another thing I'm going to be doing, soon as I've got this workshop done, and I've got the workshop off the front of the actual courtyard of the stable block, once all this is gone, I've got all the block paving over there again for free off landscapers who've just tipped it here for free. I'm going to put sand all around here, and then I'm going to put, have you seen them old saloon wooden posts out the front where they tie the horses to? I want them across the front of the walkways so it looks nice and old. And then I'm going to put block paving in there. Then I'm going to have golden gravel all the way around the outside so people can drive in around the outside. And then this area here, guys, where you can see the wood chips just being tipped, that'll age really quickly, about 4 months, and it'll start looking like this dark brown wood chip. Now I'm going to cover all this area with dark brown wood chip, and then all my chicken tractors and things like that I make that come out the workshop are going to be placed on there. Things like dovecots, beehives, chicken tractors, chicken coops, they'll all be on there. And then if people want to buy them, then they can have a choice of buying them. And I think a lot of people like to buy a chicken tractor if they've got a small lawn and don't want the chickens to destroy the small lawn. They can move them every day. And then in the corner I'll have my farm shop where I'll keep all my feed and that sort of thing. But yeah, guys, anyway, that's a quick tour. I've got on with me workshop, and I'm just giving you a quick tour of what's going to be happening on the farm in the next couple of weeks. Anyway, guys, my name's Craig. You've been watching A Small Farmer Life. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you want to subscribe, it's your choice. And if you want to be notified of all these other videos that we're going to be doing, and everything else from marketing a small farm to be a profitable small farm and permitted development rights and everything in between, then smash that bell button. And until next time, guys, take care of yourself, and most of all, take care of the family. we're going on lockdown again. Bye for now. See ya.